Good morning. Good morning, pre-game crew. I hope you are doing well. It shows that my sound is on. We'll get started officially here in 2 minutes. Can you hear me now, Rosie? Hi, Christoph, Mustang, Patrick, Peculiar. I hope you are doing well on this Friday morning. All right. Hey, Johnny Walker. Hey, Ramin. Awesome. I love seeing my TCG members that I know in here as well. Thanks for joining us. I need to go put this over in the room. Pre-game show. Hey, Dragon Man. Hey, Greg. Teha. We have had an interesting evening overnight with crypto. Hey, Henry. I've mentioned this before, but just want to let y'all know I'm from Louisiana, so sometimes when I say your names, I have a little bit of an accent that I can't kind of block out. Hey, Lasmar, Patient Prepper, Roger. Thank y'all so much for taking just a small part of your morning to join us and just get prepped for this Friday. Fridays are the days that I pump the brakes. Day trading opportunities aren't as frequent on Fridays, and I do not initiate positions on Fridays for swings. That's right, Frank. Go Tigers. Hey, Rob. Hi, Gian. How are you? All right, let's get started. It has been an eventful night with crypto going down. The markets got spooked yesterday with the Biden capital gains tax news. So I'm going to delete this. This is my chart setup. When I use any of these components and how I interpret the data, it is my goal to always explain to you how I interpret the data. So I'm going to delete this now. So ES right now, which is SPY futures, we currently have a downtrend. If we zoom out to the hourly, we have the 50 MA and 200 MA overhead along with the 21 EMA. I went over yesterday that these are like tree branches. When we have them overhead and we jump up into them, we typically hit our head and then fall back down. And that's what's happening right now. But I just want to maneuver around our Fab 4 futures, which is over here to the right. SPY, NASDAQ, Dow, and RTY. I want you to look at the difference, okay? I'm going to start back up here with SPY on the hourly. EMA's overhead, you see that? NASDAQ, which is technology, EMA's overhead, actually farther distance away. So NASDAQ is weaker than ES. Look at the Dow. The Dow is slightly weaker than ES, but a little bit stronger than NQ. Now look at RTY. You see how it's above all the EMAs? So this is small cap. So basically the market is saying that the small cap world of the Russell IWM is not as scared and fearful of capital gains consequences as the other three are. So they're saying basically QQQ, technology, would be impacted the most. You see how far it is away from the EMAs? So why do I contrast and compare? I am looking for the relative outperformers to the market to go strong or to go long. And I'm looking for the relative underperformers to the market to short. Going against the market and against the trend can make your day very difficult. So ES is probably middle of the road. NASDAQ's the weakest. YM middle of the road, and then RTY is the strongest. Let's look at our levels for ES. 41.4150 is your key resistance. 41.2750 is your key support. If you want to keep your life super simple, keep it on an hourly chart and see if we can get a higher low relative to 41.2750, get a lower high relative to 41.4150, and then possibly move up. On larger time frames, odds favor we are going to get a lower high compared to 41.7175. This is a lot of work here. This blank space, this is not just a Taylor Swift song blank space. This is a lot of blank space overhead that has to be work through. So SPY bulls have to work through this blank space overhead, which favors the bears for the day. NASDAQ, even larger blank space overhead here. Our key resistance, I like to round off, not just for my blonde brain, but for just simple math with futures. It's easier if you round off to psychological levels. 13,800 is the key resistance, 13,737 support, and we're chopping around in the middle of that today with EMAs overhead. So any spike up, how am I interpreting this data? Any spike up into 13791 or 13800, which would be the 21 EMA on the hourly, could be an opportunity for a short because we could have a bear flag on larger time frames. So any bounces, bears are going to be looking to position themselves for the day for potential shorts. Yesterday, I know, caught a lot of you by surprise. I got lots of messages, so always use stop losses and it will reduce the pain of these unexpected news events. So on the Dow, we are losing hourly support. You see that? Some of the other names, we haven't lost it yet. We are losing it with YM. How could you use this data? You could go up to the NASDAQ, and you could short the NASDAQ or ES as a laggard play to the Dow, who's already getting its lower low. Next support on deck for the Dow, 33,605, and we have resistance up at 33,803. Honeywell in the XLI category, they raised guidance, and they were kind of taking it on the chin this morning. So good news is even punished today. All right, RTY, we have the strength here. 223670 is your next support, then 2220, your resistance, 2249, then 2266. So overall, I like to weed my gardens on Friday. So what should you be doing today? Weed your garden. And by that, I mean, look at your account. Okay, so let's pretend like this is your account. Sort it. I want the highest on top and the lowest on bottom as far as profit. So your biggest profit is up at the top, then medium, then low, and then here starts your red items. Pick the last one that has the largest red holding that you have and weed your garden. Get rid of that weed. So with trading, our natural instinct is to hold on to losers because we don't want to admit that we're wrong. And then when we see green on our big winners, we get rid of them real fast. You have to fight your natural instincts in trading. I know this sounds odd, but this is exactly how it goes. If you've ever skied, I liken what happens with trading as far as trying to cut winners quickly and hold on to losers a long time. It's like skiing. When you're skiing and you're looking down the mountain, your body's instinct is to pull back against the mountain when really you should be leaning forward into the mountain. We fight. Our natural instincts are not what skiing needs for you to be a successful skier and navigate the mountain downhill. Same thing with trading. Your natural instincts are to hold on to those losers. Oh, I can't admit that I'm wrong, and fight that childhood trauma of being wrong. And then when we see green, we're like, oh, green, let me cut that winner. No, hold on to your winners, cut the losers. So when you go weed your garden, do you get rid of the prettiest flowers there are and leave your weeds? No. Weed your garden, get rid of the trade setups that aren't working, hold on to the ones that are. This will make your life a lot simpler. I have stop losses in place on all my positions, but on Fridays, I really like to assess what is working, what's not working, and get rid of those weeds. Speaking of gardening, I commented on in the TCG room that we have a huge exploding market with corn, wheat. Let's look at the soybean chart. This chart is amazing. So if we look on the daily, you're going to see that why I love the squeeze. You see this TTM squeeze, that's where price was storing energy to sideways, and then we exploded with volume. I will be looking to buy a pullback on soy. I will be looking I don't know that I'll trade wheat. It's not as liquid, but look at this wheat chart. Isn't that beautiful? Look at corn. Soy will be my pick. Look at corn. Look at this beautiful, just a beautiful chart pattern. So with soy, wheat, and corn, These charts look beautiful. There are ETFs, SOYB. That is a little bit of an issue because of liquidity. So we had double the amount of normal volume, but I personally can't trade anything with this low of volume. So we'll see if it picks up. I did find the ETF wheat. You can see that's exploding, and that had 1 million volume yesterday. That's a little bit more liquid. So WEAT may be a swing trade on a pullback, and I'm trying to mention swing trades. I know we're here to get ready for the day, not for the week per se or for the month, but I know some of you are swing traders, and I just want to cover what's really on my radar right now as far as swing trading. Let's go look at commodities. Gold had tried to work its trauma issues out over here. We pulled back, and now we're coming up to test resistance. You have resistance at 1798.10, 1798.40, support 1781 and 1777. If there's anything that I need to cover in the room, I know Jason will tag me. I'm kind of losing track of the chat, but I'm just going to keep plugging along like I always do. So 30-minute RSI is extended on gold. Relative strength index, when it's high, that doesn't necessarily mean short it. Think about what RSI is. Relative strength. Gold is strong. Do we want to short the biggest bully on the playground, go up and punch it in the mouth? Not necessarily. So what does that mean for me? Look for a pullback and a potential buy at the key EMAs. Let me give you resistance. I gave you the resistance of 1798. We're really not establishing support on this big pop up. So 1785 and 1781 are your near-term supports. Go look in the commodities room of TCG, and I think that Dan may have commented on the silver gold ratio, which one is stronger. I haven't looked at that today if you want to get more information. Oil continues to do oil type things. We have the rig count that's happening today. We have a frown overhead with the 50 MA. So I always like to do my eyes and my nose and look at the EMA overhead and say, look at it, it's frowning. It's telling me things aren't looking too great. We just hit a new low at 61.30. Your next support 61.03, resistance 61.82, and then 61.95. Oil is in my do not trade list for the moment because I feel like it's in no man's land. It has been super strong overall with this big bounce up, and now we're going sideways. You could short it within this range or go long within this range, but for me, I lack clarity, and I keep seeing OPEC news here and there, and it's just not as clear. Crypto took a beating overnight. We hit a new low of 47,500. Your next support 46,219. Daily chart is currently broken. I'm sorry, let me go back to the weekly. Weekly chart, we lost our weekly support at 50,305, and your next support on the weekly chart is down at 43,000. We comment often in here about mean reversion. So this is the 8 EMA. Price is reverting back to the mean down at 44,147. If we go touch that and bounce, to me, that is not overall broken chart. Price action is number one, but mean reversion is just typical behavior of a chart. Doesn't mean things are in terrible situation, but we have been noting all week these rejections at the 4-hour EMA and saying this is a place to go short, it's a place to go short, and look at that rejection. So overall, we have the branches overhead. We got lots of trauma being established up here, meaning bag holders. So if you held at 57,600 and you didn't sell, what are you going to do on a pop? You're going to sell. You're waiting for a pop to unload your bags. That's why selling begets more selling. So all of this selling creates bag holders, and they're just waiting for any pop to sell into. We did get a nice vol climax last night, just something to point out. A lot of us in the room, we traded ETH on the bounce. I posted my entry, my intent for entry, and my entry last night. I entered over here at 23.12. I sold up here in the 24.30 area. I have not reestablished a position because I have to sleep in order to prepare for this show. So on the 15-minute, we have resistance 23.18 and 24.42. You have support at 21.61 and 21.08. What does all this crypto talk mean for the market? Coins getting beat down this morning. Riot, if you look at the Riot chart, which a lot of us question the fundamentals of what Riot even does, but that's neither here nor there. That's not my job, is to question the fundamentals. 34.25 is your key support. We held it yesterday. We're coming in hard to test it. If we test the Riot support. We have a gap down here at 24.39. In the room, we have been talking about this blockchain name, crypto related weakness, and it's just given us opportunity after opportunity to short. So we have one key support left. Mara, the same thing. We have support down here at 29.57. We filled the gap over here so it doesn't have a screaming gap like Riot does. So if I was looking to short one of them on any pop, I'd be looking to short Riot. So I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, so we covered crypto, we cover commodities, the sectors. Now let's go look at some names. Today, I feel the same way as I did yesterday. I don't see any screaming setups that are just saying, trade me, trade me. I do like Pinterest overall. Fundamentally, I like Pinterest. I like that we have a weekly squeeze down here. It got an upgrade and comments on its, it got an upgrade to $100 yesterday, I believe. And then just comments about the revenue. 65.50 is your key support on the weekly. On the hourly, if we could get over 74.59, your next resistance would be 75.05. This could be a shiny object in the midst of some dull objects this morning with lots of beat down names. This could be a name to play to the bull side. Just be careful. The market is the tide and it floats all boats and it brings down all boats. So it could go either way. 73.65 is your support and 71.99. PayPal I'm bringing up because it's getting that crypto effect. You see it's beat down over here as far as it's red on the day. Overall, I like PayPal. When we have RSI over 50, which we do, it's 53, it's coming in to test that mean reversion, 21 EMA, and the 50 EMA at 259.04. This could be a buy opportunity for a swing. Of course, if crypto keeps getting hit hard, PayPal could get that effect and that black cloud effect, but I overall like the name. Let's look at the daily on Square. I've been talking about it. Same thing. We are at the mean reversion. We are at the 50 MA. We have key support in play. 240.34. If we could hold 240.34, this could be a buying opportunity. So I like PayPal and Square for swings. However, I must stick to my rules that I open with and that I don't establish swings on Fridays. It has to be some type of screaming opportunity for me to establish a swing on a Friday. I call Fridays Friday, F-R-Y, because it's days for you to get fried. And, again, trading's hard. Why make it harder? SKLZ, yesterday it just faded all day and it popped into the after hours. We have a triple top here of 1830, support 1731 and 1711. They had some type of announcement with Tesla on, Wednesday? So I had all this volume. So skills may provide day trading opportunity for those of you who have the day trading skills. So SKLZ for potential volatility, 1830, key resistance, 1731, support, 1711, support. Okay. I'm just going. Yes, Ramin, that is a public one. Let me look at coin because I did mention coin and crypto is in play. So on coin, unless you're an experienced trader, I personally have no time for this. This is not on my trading radar. Number one, options just came out Wednesday. I am primarily an options day trader and I need liquidity and I don't like high implied vol. If it's high implied volatility premium, I am an option seller. I do not want to get caught with my pants down on coin being an option seller with this lack of price history. So if you love this kind of thing, God bless you. 290.36, 290.75 is your resistance. Support down at 282.64, 282.59, 282, and 277.60. 277.60 becomes your key support. If not, you are in black dirt breakdown. You have no support below you besides psychological levels, 250, 225, 220, and so on. Do you see this 50 MA on the 15 minute? That would be step number one for it to get over for me, for it to show that we've got some actual bull strength coming in. So coin, newer IPO. Another newer IPO I didn't have on my list to talk to you about, but I've been tracking is Path. Path opened up on Wednesday It actually opened up slightly below what was projected, and has packaged software. We had Aunt Kathy Wood. She was buying a lot. $80 is the key resistance up here, 76.40 key support, and 74.75, 74.80. If we could get down to 74.75, this may be a buying opportunity for path 73.53, your next support. I can't establish a swing position on a Friday, and we don't have a lot of price action on this one established, newer IPO, so I'm not going to break my rules, but I will be keeping this one on my radar. On pens, Rosie, 73.74. If we could come down and retest that may be an area to buy, but personally, I'd wait till next week. There's zero reason to put your money at risk on a Friday. United Healthcare had a great EQ setup. So we have inside bars on the hourly with United Healthcare. Let me see, was it the 30-minute? Yeah, the 30-minute. This is a Jason special. He loves EQs. He rocks them. And this one just has a real nice tightening pattern, where some of the other ones look like megaphones that have these tightening patterns. This one just looks a little more healthy. So the 4-hour inside bar resistance, 398.63. Support, 395. XLV has been stronger than some of the other sectors. So United Healthcare may provide a bull opportunity. I'll cover Tesla in just a second. XBI. Our fearless leader, Dan, has been all over this one with this falling wedge on the daily, and this pop was just unfreaking believable. It was just amazing. Some of the best trading I've seen by Dan, and it's just been fun to watch. A lot of our members have covered it. A lot of our chart guys and gals, Denzi, covered it. Just an overall beautiful chart. You have 15-minute resistance up at 135.99, 137.07, support down at 133.84 and 132.95. What would I do with this one today? If it were to approach 133, I would be looking at Labu, L-A-B-U. That is a 3 times ETF. If you do not have experience with 3 times ETFs, don't trade this one. You got to be careful. So I would be looking to go long close to 133 for a day trade. This is my number one day trade setup for the day for me, is trading LABU to the long side. If XBI comes in towards 132.95, I'll give it about 20 cents wiggle room. If we break 132.75, I will be out Labu. Do I pull up the LABU chart to trade it? Nope. Don't even look at it. I look at XBI. LABU has decay, and it is not always chart your underlying. Let's finish with Tesla and SPY. Tesla resistance 723.86, 728. We have earnings on Monday. This one could provide some nice volatility into tomorrow. 718.26 support and 712.53 support. Let me say that again a little bit more slowly. Support 718.26, 1712.53. Resistance is up at 723.86 and 728. Make note of this 15-minute 50 MA. Price needs to get over that to get going. And then finally, SPY. I will slow down with SPY like I always do and give you these levels. I'm working on potential format to give you these in a little bit larger level so you can see them. 413.50, 413.51, 413.57 is your support. And then your resistance support, 412.53, 412.42, 412.30. The key levels for today would be that 15-minute higher low set toward the end of the day, 411.76 and 411.13. I will be watching market internals. If they start to do the Walmart fall apart, then I would be looking for these levels to potentially break on SPY, 411.76, 411.13, then 411.07 and 410.59. Just a reminder on yesterday's news. Again, I'm not a fundamentalist and I can't stand politics, but the capital gains stuff, I think they need 11 Republican votes to pass it or something like that, but it is a capital gains increase on those making $1 million, which is a very small group of people across the U.S. in comparison. So let's see how this news continues to get digested. Let price action be your king, queen, and your guide, and just stop for a second It is 5:52 where I am. It is 8:52 wherever you are. How do you want to feel at 4 p.m. Eastern today? Do you want to see I just jumped like a chicken with their head cut off from trade to trade to trade, and I really didn't trade with a rhythm and a structure? Or do you want to feel like you sat on your hands and you waited for the trade to come to you? You traded 1 or 2 trades, you made a little money, and you're going to have a relaxing weekend. You choose how you want to feel toward the end of the day. That's it for me. All you TCG folks, jump on over in the room. I don't know if it's Lamont or Jason going live today. I haven't clicked over there. Either way, we'll get some great coverage like we always do. Hey, Tony, no problem. Hey, Mary. Let me see if there's any. Hey, Neil. Hey, Mary, yes, we have a huge marijuana focus in our room. We have a chat room. We have one of the most prolific marijuana traders in the country who is one of our leaders, Dan. He's been trading marijuana since Jesus was a baby. So there's that. All right, Benjamin. I didn't mention monkey butt, did I, today? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll have to tune in next week for an analogy. All right, that's it for me. Use stop losses.